homies. Growing up, I didn't exactly have the means of finding music on my own most of the time. It wasn't like nowadays where you can just make a Spotify playlist and listen to whatever you want. Meaning a lot of the stuff I'd listen to would be either stuff I'd hear on the radio, or they'd be songs that my parents would be listening to. So there was always a variety when it comes to the songs I'd hear. I could go from listening to Avril Lavine one minute and then next minute, Tupac would start playing. Rap music was especially played a lot when I was growing up. 9 times out of 10, if I had to go with my parents somewhere, the car ride was mostly filled with
Andreas and
a lot of the songs I'd hear during that time period I was definitely way too young to be listening to. One of these songs I remember very vividly was Who Shot Ya by the Notorious B.I.G. Biggie's music in general was played a lot when I was a kid. The main thing I remember about the song was the part where Biggie just shoots a guy out of nowhere.
Can't talk with a gun in your mouth, huh? Bitch ass nigga. What?
That part specifically scared the shit out of me as a kid, especially since the car we would ride in had the biggest subwoofers on the planet, so not only were the gunshots really loud, they shook the entire fucking car. Another song I had vivid memories of was Beware by Big Pun. Prior to making this video, I hadn't heard this song in years, and after finally listening to it again, holy shit, this song is good. The flow Pun has is like water. Every word goes so well into each other. And how could I not mention that fucking beat?
Hard to kill. My squad is real and holds it down the hardest. Regardless, what size of the largest, we polish the floor with the rawest hardcore artists.
These dark-sounding 90s New York beats always appealed to me, and this is definitely one of the best. The song also uses a sample from Mobb Deep's Shook Ones Part 1, and first time I heard that song it awakened the sleeper agent in me or something, and I just had to find out where I heard it first.
Leave me alone! Beware!
Along with rap songs from before my time, I'd also hear rap songs from that time period as well. A lot of it was stupid shit, like all the ringtone rap songs, where they only existed to be a 7-second ringtone and nothing else. It's kinda like how music nowadays only exists to go viral on TikTok. There were also a lot of those dance rap songs, where the song was telling you about or to do a dance. Yeah, that happened. There were also good rap songs from that time. Back before Drake became the McDonald's of rap music, he had a song with 3 other rappers who are way better than he is. I remember watching the music video for Forever all the time on a cable channel called Music Choice. Please tell me I'm not the only one who remembers that. I'd always wait for Eminem's verse to come on as it was my favorite part of the song as a kid. Hell, it's so good, Kanye rewrote his verse just to try and be on par with Eminem.
You dealing with a few true villains who stand inside of the boot, true spilling and spit true feelings until our true feelings come flying up.
Speaking of Eminem, Not Afraid was my true introduction to him as a kid. Yeah, I knew about him and I'd heard Forever before hearing this song, but Not Afraid was when I actually first listened to him.
I'ma be what I set out to be, without a doubt, undoubtedly. And all those who look down on me, I'm tearing down your balcony.
I watched that music video over and over and over again on TV. I remember not long after I also watched the music video for 3 AM, and the main thing I thought when watching it was, why the fuck does he sound like that?
I don't remember how they got there, but I guess I must have killed them.
After being used to how he sounded on Recovery, it was weird hearing him do an accent for seemingly no reason. During this time, there were also artists that seemed inescapable, some of them being Jay-Z, Kanye, and Rihanna, so it was only appropriate for all of them to have a song together. Run This Town is such a good song. Each artist does a great job, but Rihanna typically steals any song she's on. Rihanna actually had a lot of songs back then that I could point to, but the one that sticks out to me, mainly because it also scared the shit out of me, was Disturbia. Disturbia is really catchy. The part always gets stuck in my head when listening to it, but my main memories are, of course, with the music video. Rihanna looks fucking terrifying here. Her appearance and her fast, jerky movement would always put my mind in a state of... During my childhood, I can recall pop artists that were around for like a year or two, then disappeared. Does anyone remember Sean Kingston? That guy made like 2 songs, then dipped. Fire Burning is probably his best song of the 2. I miss when pop music sounded like this. Music like this made it sound like a non-stop party to me as a kid.
Shorty fire burning on the dance floor. Whoa.
A big event that happened way back when was Michael Jackson passing away. At the time he died, I wasn't really all too familiar with him. Afterwards, his music was literally everywhere for the rest of the year. I listened to more Michael Jackson in 2009 than any other artist that was current at that point. The one I have the most memories with is Remember the Time. The funk that a lot of Michael Jackson's songs have is probably best here. I remember the time my mom had me go to some kind of summer camp that was held in my elementary school. It was basically a way for our parents to not have to deal with our asses for most of the summer. There'd be a lot of activities like going to the pool, playing Just Dance on the Wii, shit like that. But one thing we'd always do that I hated was having to do a dance performance on stage for your parents to see. And this was the song my group had to dance to. We were forced to perform with a partner, and when the girl I was partnered with was told we were partnered up, she said, "Ew." So that's why I remember it. Now, I'd be doing 7-year-old me a disservice if I didn't talk about the greatest music group to ever exist. The Black Eyed Peas. For some unexplainable reason, I really liked their music as a kid. And as an idiot child with poor taste in music, Boom Boom Pow was my favorite song around the time it came out, and I'd kick my own ass if I could. There'd be days where I'd go through radio stations trying to find one that was playing the song. I couldn't tell you why, cause the song is fucking retarded.
Boom, gotta get that boom, 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 gotta get that boom, 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 gotta get that boom, boom, boom.
The only memorable part is the chorus, and every member's verse has no moments that stand out. I don't even know these guys' names. I would have talked about these guys during the rap section, but calling the Black Eyed Peas rappers is like saying Imagine Dragons is a rock band. Speaking of rock bands...
Never made it.
Stop. Yeah, I won't spend too much time beating the dead, decayed skeleton of a horse that is Nickelback, but I'm bringing them up because lead singer Chad Kroger actually made a song I could listen to. I originally wasn't going to talk about songs I know from movies or video games because that's its own separate video, but I'll make an exception because this song comes from the greatest movie on this planet. Hero is a song I'd hear all the time, but not because I really wanted to. It was more so because I'd watch the first Sam Raimi's Spider-Man movie all the time, and every time that movie ended, I'd hear,
I am so high, I can hear heaven.
Even as a kid, I didn't really like this song. It just brings me this ironic enjoyment that now every time I hear it, I can't help but laugh. I need to make a video on these movies. Some of these rock songs were actually introduced to me because my mom liked them. Kryptonite by 3 Doors Down is one of those songs.
If I go crazy, then will you still call me Superman? If I'm alive and
Much like most post-grunge songs, the chorus is really catchy and the verses are not really anything special. This song is like a time capsule that instantly takes me back to the year 2000, which is weird because I looked like this in the year 2000. Animals by Neon Trees is another one of those songs. I remember listening to this song and my mom came in saying she knew and really liked it, so I spent time listening to it together. It was really wholesome. Now I'm sure you've heard of the band Foster the People, right? You know, the band that made the school shooter national anthem. They had a song called Don't Stop, Color on the Wall, and funnily enough, I would watch the music video on MTV of all places. Looking back, I'm surprised they were even still playing music by the early 2010s. By then, I would have thought they completely moved on to exploiting teen pregnancy for money. Pop punk might as well have been the main rock genre I'd listen to, especially since I wasn't really into anything that was actually heavy back then. Misery Business by Paramore is one of those songs I'm pretty sure everybody on the planet has heard, so I don't really need to go into any detail with how goddamn good this song is.
Come true, not one of them
But I bring it up because as a kid, Hayley Williams was a celebrity crush of mine. So Hayley, if you're watching this, why? With how varied and odd the music I listened to as a kid was, I kinda have to wonder how the hell I ended up getting into this shit. Though a lot of these songs aren't what I'd usually listen to nowadays, they'll always make me smile every time I hear them, and think back to when life didn't make me want to blow my head off most days. What are some songs you guys have memories with? Let me know in the comments below. Also, don't forget to subscribe. 90% of you aren't subscribed, so it would be very much appreciated. Thanks so much for watching, and until next time...